Hawks fans, the draft is less than a week away, and we could not be more excited here at Hawks Digest because there is a new Hawks trade rumor that is escalating. There are reports that reveal that there is a wild 3-team trade that's going to bring somebody here to Atlanta that I don't think Chris Tipmore actually rocks with. I'm kind of indifferent. We're going to get some information from Chris Tipmore today. He's going to give us a rundown as to why this might be a bad idea for the Atlanta Hawks. Let's not forget there are 2 picks that the Hawks have going into this year's draft, the first round of this year's draft. So there's a lot to go on. Not only to mention they've already had some things go down with the signing of these the new front office guys, those guys coming in. Of course, we have some new things going on. So, Chris, a lot has happened in the Atlanta area, and I know that the draft is coming up. I know that you're excited. We're going to get into it. But before we go any further, Chris, what's happening, brother? How you doing?
Hey, man, just got to tip my cap to all Hawks fans and say how y'all doing. You know, great time to be a Hawks fan. It's exciting times in Atlanta. By this time next week, we will know who is the newest members of the Atlanta Hawks, our Atlanta Hawks. This is Hawks Digest, man. We definitely got to get into it. We'll see exactly, man. I can't believe we're actually here, honestly.
Right. I mean, even down to the end of the season, that's coming up Sunday. Chris, who do you have in the finals? Just as a quick segue, who do you got in the finals?
Man, I hope they both lose. But you know what I'm saying? Let's go Hawks.
Let's go
Hawks.
Let's go Hawks. I'm with that, Chris. All right, let's go ahead and just jump right into it real quick, guys. Real quick before we go any further, I want to say thank you to all you guys that have definitely stopped by and viewed myself and Chris Tipmore. Thank you guys. Give a big round of applause to you all for just watching us. 62% of you are not subscribed just yet, but we definitely would love to get you guys to come over to the Cool Kids table. Listen, Chris, you got to see this, bro. We got 1,737 subscribers. I believe we can get to at least 2,000 before the season starts. I know that you believe that for sure.
Oh yeah, as long as we keep on doing our due diligence, keep on giving these Hawks fans, you know, some the content, the news that they deserve, you know, at any given time. Again, like, you know, it doesn't matter how big or how small, we talk it all here at Hawks Digest.
Yep.
And we thank you guys very, very much for every time you guys leave your shoes by the door and keep on those socks and, you know, come in here and rock with you boys. And we really appreciate you guys. Like, seriously, there would be no way we'd be able to do this without you guys. So, hey, 2,000, I like it.
Yes, sir. Let's get to it. Now, Chris, we got the draft coming up the 25th and the 26th of this month. The Atlanta Hawks, we're in a good position right now, man. How do you feel about the draft coming up?
I feel good, man. I feel good. It's so many prospects, right? So many prospects, so many different ways you can go. But, of course, before we really can make a decision, we just have to see how the first 6 to 8 picks go. Okay. You know, so I feel like we got to see exactly how that goes because, of course, we've been rumored we're going to trade up to get Circle K, as people are calling them, you know what I'm saying? And that's my thing is, if you do that, you're probably going to lose both of your picks.
For sure.
But at the end of the day, if you want to go get your guy, go get your guy. Me personally, I probably wouldn't do that because I want more picks, but that's just me. You know what I'm saying? Of course, but, you know, 13 and 22, that's been a topic. I know it's definitely guys we can get at 13, different names there. Guys who we can get at 22, we'll see exactly where it goes. But what are your thoughts about the draft? How you feeling? You know, other than being excited.
I know that you and I both we've come on here. We've had so many different projected picks at 13 and 22. We've had Asa Newell. You know, we've had all these different guys, you know, Igor,
Hassan Yang, you know what I'm saying?
Hassan Yang. Yeah, we've had so many. I mean, and the list goes on and on as far as projections. My thing is, I'm more so excited about finding out who exactly, because all of these are just projections that we've given to you guys. You know, we've watched the film, we've saw these guys. I tend to I know a few people who watch on here don't necessarily want Jace Richardson on this team. But again, I like scorers, and I feel as though we need somebody who can put the ball into the basket to help Trae Young, along with a bigger guy. But besides all of that, I think the one thing that kind of got me not tripping, but just kind of weirded out is that we could possibly trade away one of our picks. Know, of course, we got 2 first-round picks, but we could actually trade away one of these picks. Chris, help me understand this, because I'm thinking we can lock down 2 guys going into this season. Two guys that we could either have bench help or somebody that can help on the floor. Why would we give away one of these picks?
Well, apparently, there's a trade rumor out there that says that we're going to give away one of our picks to try to get some veteran help.
Okay.
And this is where, when you were saying in the beginning of the video how it started, where I know you kind of feeling different. Me, I'm just completely no with it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Just for me, nah. And my thing is, it's other trades that you possibly could make. This is one I just wouldn't make. You know what I'm saying? But we definitely going to have to bring it. What you doing, man? Shout out to Harry the Hawk, man. Shout out to Harry the Hawk, man.
Shout out to Harry the Hawk.
Yeah, man.
But we, of course, we talked to you guys and said that, of course, there's a trade out there that could, and again, who are the veterans that you possibly see coming to the Hawks? Because again, there are a few guys, even veterans, that I'm not against. I feel as though Al Horford will be a good veteran to come back and not be in a role that we're expecting so much out of him. But I know with Al, he doesn't half step anything. He's going to give 110%. So I think he would be a pleasant veteran to help us. I know that there are other veterans. I know Chris Paul is out there. He's somebody that could possibly be headed to Atlanta as well. So again, there are a few veterans out there. But again, Chris, I don't see us giving away a number 1 pick, but a first-round draft pick for one of these veterans.
I mean, my thing is, I don't want to. That's the whole point that I'm saying. I mean, like I said, as we're going to bring the trade to you guys' attention, I just say, if you're going to do it, this isn't the one to do it with. Mm-hmm. You know, so that's all I'm saying. Like, I'm all for veteran help. I am for veteran help, but just not this one, guys. I'm not for this one, because this wild trade, just like how it says on the screen, trade. It's pretty wild, man. I think it's pretty wild. And just, 3-team, of course. And of course, we've already explained CBA, got to make the money move, got to try to stay under the aprons and all the stuff like that. So 3-team trades are one way that's going to be able to do that. But I mean, Walter, please, by all means, let the people know. Exactly.
As far as the trade, yeah. So basically, how this trade goes, and I'm going to bring up the graphic here really quickly. So the way that PJ Washington, of course, the Hawks would get PJ Washington, and the Atlanta Hawks would trade their first-round draft pick, the number 22 pick. So obviously it has it to where we're going to keep the number 13, but we're going to trade away the number 22 pick to the Utah Jazz, along with Caleb Martin and Jaden Hardy. Now, they're not on our teams. They're part of the Mavericks. The Mavericks then would receive Colin Sexton from the Jazz, and the Atlanta Hawks would then get P.J. Washington. So that would be the trade that that's going down. Now, again, the Atlanta Hawks finished the season with a lot of questions than answers. And of course, the question is, well, what if Jalen Johnson would have been there? Again, in my opinion, I look at this trade, I see PJ Washington as somebody that could actually offer up some type of help or some bench help along with veteran presence and definitely some help behind JJ. If he could help behind Jalen Johnson, come onto the court when Jalen Johnson isn't on the court, deliver some minutes, make some points, you dig what I'm saying? Try to add some type of a jolt coming off of the bench, I think it wouldn't be a bad idea. But Chris, again, you have somewhat of a different opinion. My friend, tell me what you feel.
First of all, let me explain that I totally feel exactly what you're saying about as far as PJ Washington. He has been like that spark when you think about for the Mavericks. He has been that spark for them. And I'm not saying that he couldn't come here and give us something off of the bench. I'm not saying that at all.
Okay.
I'm just saying I'm not giving up my first rounder for PJ Washington.
Round of
Now I
applause.
know
Round of applause for that. First, let's not push over that. I
yeah.
like where you're going and talk to me. Let me hear what you got.
Okay, so the reason why I say that is because first of all, PJ Washington is on an expiring contract. Do you want to re-sign PJ Washington on this team? If you do that, and first of all, bringing him on the team is already going to limit other guys who played last year, like a Mo G. Because if you're bringing him behind Jalen Johnson mostly plays the 4 for us. So there will be lineups to where if Jalen Johnson's on the bench, you may have PJ Washington in certain lineups at the 4. Maybe you scoot him down to the 3.
Yeah,
It all depends.
Yeah.
But it all depends on how Quin is going to do the matchups. Eventually, somebody's minutes is going to get cut.
But he
and
adds size. He does add a sense of size. Again, there
has
some
a sense of
times.
size. But I'm gonna tell you a guy. If I want size,
Okay.
this is not the guy that I'm trying to trade with the Mavericks for. Give me Daniel Gafford.
Okay.
Give me Daniel Gafford. Then I got backup center help already. Now he's on an expiring contract too. But if you ask me which one of those guys I rather sign to, like maybe an extra deal for a year or two, I'm picking Daniel Gafford because again, our biggest problem for years, even with when we had Al Horford, was still size. Now we did some special things because Al Horford and Paul Millsap, that front court was special. But let's just be honest, they overachieved. Okay, they really did. But our center problem has been our problem. I'm saying, before we had Clint Capela, and since Clint Capela has started been going down, we've been having issues with the center position. Onyeka Okongwu has been a bright spot, and I believe he's finally going to get his opportunity to start for an entire season. I don't think anybody's going to come in and disrupt that. But at the same time, depth-wise, yes, I would love to have Daniel Gafford, somebody who has a motor, somebody who is efficient around the rim, somebody who can score, somebody who can rebound, something that we definitely need. We always talk about that. So if I'm trading for a guy, you can give me Daniel Gafford and we can try to work something out from then. And then even if you do get Daniel Gafford, I feel like it gives you more flexibility in the draft. If you was to take somebody different at 13, because I'm assuming you would probably have to give up your 22nd pick. But I've seen scenarios to where maybe you can keep both picks and still get Daniel Gafford. It all depends on how the verbiage goes and what the Hawks want to do. But for me, man, PJ Washington is just not the guy that I'm going after. And again, he's not a center. So he's going to take away somebody's minutes, whether it be Zach, JJ, and that's another thing too. I don't think the Hawks are banking that JJ is going to continue to get hurt. No. That's another reason why I don't feel like this trade could actually happen, man. It's just, and I know I kind of went on for a minute, but
listen, that you have talked about this wild trade, my man, and you have definitely said a mouthful, ladies and gentlemen. Chris Tip Moore, people, he has definitely been spitting some gems. My eyes have been open because I see where you're going with this. If you put him in, it's gonna squeeze out some key people, and this group has already made some heads turn. Zaccharie Risacher, Dyson Daniels, Onyeka Okongwu, Jalen Johnson. These guys have definitely turned some heads in the NBA. I know that there's a lot to be expected from this specific core group. Now, again, I only spoke from the standpoint of this guy is a spark. Let's not mistake it. Chris, we know that he is a spark. I've watched him even in the playoffs. He's definitely shown how he can actually make some quick points in some really quick minutes or some really sticky situations. So he does add to a bench, which is something the Atlanta Hawks definitely need help on, is their bench help. But I can see where you're coming from. If bringing him in for bench help takes away from what the other guys need, I'd rather not have it. Again, I stand with you.
Then quick thing too about Gafford. if you was to go get Gafford, he
Mm-hmm.
would not hinder anybody
Mm.
because he already going to be behind Onyeka. Now some folks may be like, what about Mo G? You can slide Mo G at the 4. He's not going to take anything away from him.
Mm.
JJ still is going to need a break eventually. Okay, Mo G, you're up. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you think about it, if you bring in PJ Washington, okay, what's up for Vit Krejci?
Right.
Are you re-signing Karis LeVert? Because again, are you re-signing PJ Washington? Or are you just going to let him be a rental?
Mm.
But I don't want to give up my 22nd pick for a rental that I possibly don't even want to sign or fit my timeline. But Gafford always has been somebody that, says, like I said, has that motor, can rebound, can give you something off the bench from scoring, defense, and all that stuff like that. Now, as far as like shooting goes, that may be, his liability. But the thing about it is, if you can have different guys that can do different things, I feel like that is a good problem to have.
All right. So before we leave, because we're talking about bringing all of these different guys in, all of these different players to possibly help either with the bench, the front court, the back court, whatever. Draft is up next week, so there's a lot that the Atlanta Hawks need to do. They've already done what they needed to do as far as the front office is concerned. Taking care of the draft is the next thing, and after that, the season should be, not too far away. But I have a quick scenario, okay? Cut one, keep one, start one, okay? Karis LeVert, Clint Capela, Larry Nance, go.
Well, definitely, you said cut one, keep one, start
one.
Okay,
And
well,
we're running out of time. They didn't already tagged us.
all right, right. It's all good. But the thing about it is, if I'm keeping one, it's going to be Larry Nance.
Okay.
If I'm cutting one, it's going to be Clint Capela. And then if I'm starting one, it's going to be Karis LeVert. Now, the only reason why I say that is because, Onyeka Okongwu, I don't think no one's going to start over him. So that automatically kind of like already puts Nance and Capela at a disadvantage.
Right.
Now, Karis LeVert is a lot of guys that want Karis LeVert back. I am one of those people that do want Karis LeVert back.
The Hawks have said that they wanted him back.
Right, and everything, because I think as far as off the bench, he can help with a spark. Now, it can't be just him off the bench. I do believe that we have to get better. Mo G has to get better on scoring. Kobe Buffkin has to stay healthy and contribute.
And do we? That's the thing. Do we? And I asked that specific question. I mean, I know I played around with it as far as cut one, keep one, start one. We're not going to start either one of these guys unless there's an injury, Lord forbid.
Indeed.
But I asked that to ask. There's going to be a lot of movement when the time comes. I don't expect for guys like Kobe Buffkin to stay on this team, though I want to see the return on investment. Yes. Do I see that possibly happening? Unfortunately, maybe not, mainly because we spent already 2 years trying to get him healthy enough to compete a full 82-game season, and we haven't seen that just yet. Again, you've also got, along with him, those other guys that I just mentioned, with George Niang, with the other guy from Terrence Mann, exactly. So again, there's going to be a lot of guys in there trying to fight for wiggle room to stay on this team.
That's what I'm saying. And then like we got a lot of wing players, a lot of people that you name are going to be playing somewhere alongside the wing. So it's just like PJ Washington, you adding that in there. Who are you getting rid of? It's going to be Vit Krejci, Terrence Mann. Because you see, even in that trade, you see, we really didn't give up anybody.
Yeah, just we
just took on salary.
Right. And yeah, exactly. And gave up one pick, which I think we both can agree that is a bit egregious to get rid of a first-round draft pick. Yeah, and we said in
especially at 22, because at 22 you can do, depending on what you do at 13. If there's a center there at 22, if there's a player that you just like, you want to go BPA, best player available, whatever, you can go do whatever. And again, I want the Hawks to have multiple options because, why not?
Exactly. No, exactly. But the thing is, they already have so many options. And again, these are just projections. These are just predictions. These are not written by Woj or Shams. These are these are just projections, and we're giving you guys somewhat of a blueprint or somewhat of a picture of what the landscape looks like. But dadgummit, no, if we're gonna make such a move that could alter the history of this team, I think we would make something a little bit more safe. Not even safer, but if it's gonna be a risk, it's gonna dadgummit be worth it.
It's gotta make sense.
Yeah,
it's gotta make sense because again, the Atlanta Hawks are right now in a time to where every move has to be chess, not checkers.
Absolutely.
Every move has to mean something. It has to be thought out, and it has to move with purpose. Because we don't own a lot of picks after this draft until about 2028. So it's just like we got a pick swap. Yeah. We got a least valuable pick and everything like that too. But we don't own a lot of first round picks after this draft. So, again, I'm so happy that the Lakers pick came to us. I'm so glad I'm really glad that Kings pick finally conveyed.
Yeah.
So, so really like the basketball guys did shine on us a little bit.
Again, for a second year straight.
Right. So we just got to take care of business now, man. We just can't mess it up, honestly.
That's Chris Tipmore. My name is Walter Pollard. Of course, this is another edition of Atlanta Hawks Digest. Y'all give yourselves a round of applause. I appreciate everybody for viewing us. Chris, I don't know if I'm gonna be off, but I think we need to watch the draft, at least the first round together. I think we need to do a watch along. We need to just watch it. We talk to you guys. I know I'm speaking ahead of myself right now. We're definitely going to talk on the backside of this video and talk to you guys afterwards, but I think that might need to go into play, my friend.
Depending on what happens, man, I may be down there. We'll see.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's Chris Tipmore. I'm Walter Pollard, and like always, we're signing out. Peace.